Hello and welcome. In today's video, we are going to talk about why you should not be your own attorney. Now, I know some of you are going to sit here and think, well, of course he's going to say that because, well, he's an attorney and he wants work. Here's the problem with that is that, yes, I am an attorney and it is somewhat self-serving or biased. However, these are legitimate reasons that you need to consider, even if you don't hire me or if you are looking for an attorney to help you with whatever matter it is that you're helping with. If you're new here, my name is Taylor Darcy from Think Legal, where I help businesses build successfully. We go live every Monday through Friday, except for holidays, to discuss important legal issues about your business. So feel free to join us. And if you want to join us on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe and like and hit that bell icon so that you'll be notified of when we go live. You know, the key to, anything is if you show up live that you'll get your questions answered in real time. I do my best to answer questions outside of that. However, it's always better to get the full explanation via live. So please tune in live to get your questions answered about business, about law, that type of thing. The number one reason why you should not try to be your own attorney, and I've discussed this in other videos, but I think it's important to reiterate this and discuss it in the big context of you don't know what you don't know. And part of training for becoming an attorney is that we go through the details so you don't have to. And that really is the crux of it all. If you don't know what you're looking for, it can really hurt your case. And and we're going to talk about the final reason and the best reason why you should hire an attorney for your matter, regardless of cost, because, and we'll talk about this, that's my final thing, but I wanted to give you a preface that when you don't know what you don't know and how bad it can harm you, and that's what we're going to talk about at the end, the reality is that you're going to end up not just hurt, but potentially forever damaged because of that. The next reason why you should not try to be your own attorney is if, especially in a court case, it's not a fair fight. It's when the other side has an attorney and they know the rules and they do the research and they do the work that's necessary to be successful because they've had the training, they have the logic, they have the thought process, then you run the risk of, it's the old, don't bring a knife to a gunfight, so to speak. And that's what you're doing when you try to be your own attorney. You're bringing the improper tools, you're bringing a different mindset, you're not trained on how to do it, and you're going to end up hurting your case overall because of those choices. So when you're not prepared, and do you really want to? That's another part, is that do you really want to deal with this? If you have all the time in the world, that's different, but most people don't. Most people don't have that kind of time, and how disruptive it is to have a court case, so on and so forth. The next reason is doing your own attorney stuff is not the highest, best use of your time. There are so many other things that you could be doing with your time that are more valuable to you. Let us worry about those things. Let us think on those things. Let us worry about the details that go into your complaint, your discovery, just everything that goes with this. Let us be the ones that do that because that's what we're good at typically, and that's what we enjoy doing. Crafting arguments, thinking on the law, researching the law. These are all things that we enjoy doing. That's why we went to law school, and that's why we became attorneys, was not to not do those things, but to do those things. So your best use of your time, the highest and best use of your time, is to do what you're good at. And that can be anything. If it's selling, if it's being an employee somewhere, whatever it may be, your highest and best use of your time is what you're good at. Okay? Leave the attorney stuff to the people that's their highest and best use of time. The next thing is that it is actually less expensive. It's typically, not always, less expensive to hire someone to do it right the first time, i.e. an attorney, than for you to have to do it yourself, get something bad happen, do something that messes things up, and you end up hurt because of that. You end up losing your case because you tried to do it yourself, or you have to bring someone in at the final hour and it costs a lot more money to be successful at that point because there's a lot of work we have to do to fix things. It's always more expensive to fix things than it is to do it right the first time. That's just a fact, that because it's more work to go back. And in some instances, you can't fix it. You can't go back and fix something. If you've made a mistake, and I'm not suggesting that, attorneys don't make mistakes, but the statistics, and that's the final thought. The statistics on our mistakes versus your mistakes are very different. If we have to go back and fix it, it's a lot harder to do and maybe not possible, depending on what happened and the bad that did happen. This isn't a judgment on you. It's just an acknowledgement of your skill set is different than our skill set. So you really want to think about these things before you start trying to do it yourself, because in the end, it's going to cost you a lot more money to fix it. And so that doesn't make a ton of sense if you could just save money and do it right the first time. The next part of it is don't be penny wise and pound foolish. And I get this a lot. People are always trying to save money, and I totally get that. I completely understand your angst, your desire, the money that you don't work so hard for. You don't want to expend it on excessive legal fees. My heart understands the trouble. But if you scrimp on it, more likely than not, it will hurt you. It will, because you're trying to pinch a penny when you need the help of a full-on attorney. And that happens a lot. There's a lot we can do to fix problems if we have it from the beginning. If we get it mid-case, or if you come to us at the 11th hour, so to speak, it is a lot more difficult to get a good result because of that. So you're saving money, but you're really going to be hurting yourself overall. It's going to be very detrimental to your business or to your matter, your case, whatever it may be. And this applies across the spectrum, not just based on attorney stuff, okay? And this one is the best reason why you should hire an attorney and not try to do the attorney stuff yourself. Because cases that you try, you are 75 to 90% more likely to lose. That's right. You're more likely than not going to lose at 75 to 90%. 92% actually was the number that it was given. That means that it makes a lot more sense to pay an attorney to do the job right, to do it the best they can, to get the result that you're looking for, than it is to fix it, to wait, to spend money, to try to do it yourself. And it's going to be miserable. You're going to hate it. You're not going to know what you're going to want to do. And it's going to end up hurting you in the long run. And you're going to lose more likely than not. And it doesn't have to be true, right? You can't go back in time and fix things, but we can fix things going forward. And so if your case is as important to you as you believe it to be, then find a good attorney. And I'm not suggesting that be me, because there are things that I don't do, but find an attorney that is a good fit for you and make sure that they're giving the type of service that you're needing. And we've talked about finding good attorneys and what to look for in other of my videos, but just keep in mind that the whole goal of this is to make sure that you're getting exactly what you need, and that your case, that if it's as important to you as that what a typical case is, that you have the greatest chance for success. No good attorney is ever going to guarantee success, okay? But we're going to do our darndest to make it a success, right? We're your warrior. We're your fighter. We're your advocate. That's what we do. That's why we're good at what we do. We like being advocates for people. And you trying to do it yourself is only going to hurt you and make it so that you might lose, and or more likely than not will lose, versus with an attorney you might lose. I mean, there's no guarantees. The other side might have better facts, might have better argument, the law might be on their side. There's so many factors that go into it. Don't feel like that absolutely with an attorney you're going to lose or win. But if you want the best chance for success, you're going to hire an attorney and hire a good attorney. And sometimes, and hear me out on this, just because an attorney is expensive doesn't mean they're good. And just because an attorney is less expensive does not mean they're bad. You need to get out of that mindset. There are good attorneys that don't charge a lot, and there are bad attorneys that charge a lot. So get out of that mindset that I have to spend a ton of money on an attorney in order for them to be good. Now, is that true most of the time? Yes, unfortunately, that is true. But it's not always true, which is why vetting them and getting referrals and all of these other ways to protect yourself, protect your business, protect all of the things that you do are so important, that you're paying attention to these details and not just, picking one off of Google per se, right? Vet them, look at their reviews, see if there's a way that they can help you, that they're good people. Okay. Don't forget, if you've gotten value out of this video, don't forget to hit subscribe and like, and we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll see you.